everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Therese. If you're new here, we're so glad that you found us. And thank you for all those returning for our From Scratch Friday series we're doing on some good from scratch whole food cooked meals. Today I'm going to take you all in a recipe that's super easy. It has just a handful of ingredients, takes about 20 minutes to make, and it will fill your tummy up. It tastes amazing. So today we're going to be making a dish that originates in Rome, and that is pasta carbonara. And this is our cast of characters ingredient-wise. We're doing some good quality pasta. Typically you're going to use Romano cheese, but I have Parmigiano, Reggiano, and that'll be just fine for today. It's close enough to it. I'm going to be using some of our bacon for this. You can also use pancetta, or you could use smoked pork jowl, which is a more traditional form. We're gonna need 6 eggs for this and a little cracked pepper. That's it, guys. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we have to do is get our water boiling on our pot back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn our stove on and turn it to high. We're gonna add in a sprinkling of salt and let this come to a boil. And we'll be adding our pasta to that. So I've got our cast iron turned on to a medium heat. I'm going to put a little bit of this olive oil in it. We're going to add our bacon in and begin to cook that bacon. So while we have our bacon cooking and our water coming to a boil on the stove, we're going to go ahead and get started on the eggs. We're going to use 2 whole eggs and 4 egg yolks. So we're going to get to putting those in the bowl and separating out our yolks from our whites. Our first whole egg is going in. And our second whole egg is going in. Now we're going to separate out the yolks from here on out, from the whites. Come over here. This is how I was taught as a kid, guys. It's just an easy way to do it, so that's how I do it. Put that yolk in, and we will be saving the white to use in a different recipe down the road. Maybe mix it in with some eggs. Lost a little bit, but that's okay. Another one. And our last yolk. I'm going to go back in and try to retrieve a little bit of this yolk. Got it. We'll add that in. So we'll be shredding a cup of the Parmigiano Reggiano into the eggs and mixing that all together. I will reserve, like I said, the whites for probably adding into scrambled eggs or omelets or an egg bake in the next couple of mornings. So Kevin's going to go ahead and help me out and drain off all but about 2 tablespoons of the bacon grease, and then we're going to set this aside back on the stove, but not on the burner. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in our pasta, and this is going to cook down. You can give it a little spin like that. It's a trick to help it not stick together. And we're going to cook this to the package instructions. The package that we're using said to cook for 7 to 8 minutes, so that's what we'll be doing once we get all the noodles in there, all the pasta in there, and it come up to a boil again. So I've cut a chunk of our cheese off. I'm going to go ahead and cut it in half. We need about 1.5 cups total of cheese. So I'm going to get this grinding, and we're probably going to need a little more than this, but we shall see. So I've lightly whisked our eggs here with the egg yolks. I'm going to add in a cup of that cheese, and we're going to get that all incorporated and stirred and whisked together. Our pasta has about 1.5 minutes left, and then we'll be getting on to the business of actually finishing up our carbonara. So I've reserved about 1.5 cups of that pasta water. I'm draining the pasta and I'm getting ready to add it right now back in and start tossing it into our original bacon pan. So the pan is off on the oven. The pasta is hot that's going in here. We're going to begin to take some tongs and incorporate all that together, get it mixed up with some of that oil, some of the bacon. I'm going to be adding in our egg mixture and about 1/4 cup of the reserved water to begin, 1/4 to 1/2 cup. So this all happens fast, guys. We're going to do that. We're going to begin by adding this back in, and we're tossing, mixing, and tossing and mixing to create our sauce. Gonna add a little more in. I'm gonna take a regular spoon, rest of our egg. See if I can get this incorporated better into it. It's beginning to make this really rich, delicious sauce. It smells incredible. You have to, if you hear Jack playing in the background, just ignore him. It's all coming together beautifully. It's important to keep that reserved water so that we don't end up with scrambled eggs, and it looks like we've succeeded with not ending up with scrambled eggs, so that's wonderful. I think, guys, we're gonna call this good. So guys, this is super easy, super affordable. It gets you in and out of the kitchen, and you've got a from scratch meal in about 20 minutes. We're gonna serve it alongside with the Caesar salad. You can do some crusty French bread. Sometimes they have that in the clearance section, so always check there. And I think that's gonna do it for us today, guys. We're gonna go ahead and get eating, and we hope you give this recipe a try. It is delicious, and we'll see you on the next From Scratch Friday. Catch you on the next one.